Hey YouTube, it's Urgo, and in the video I did a couple of days ago, I showed you guys how to, use your phone and load old games onto an Apple IIe, basically by playing audio into there. But in that video also, I referenced a book that I was currently reading called Ready Player One, and I just wanted to sort of talk a little about that today because I just actually finished the book. It's by Ernest Cline, and I listened to the audiobook. So it was actually read by Wil Wheaton, which first off, I didn't actually know he did audiobooks. Wil Wheaton, if you're not aware. Most recently, you'll see him on episodes of The Big Bang Theory as evil Wil Wheaton, Sheldon's arch enemy. But also, he sort of got famous being Wesley Crusher on the Star Trek The Next Generation, and just an all-around famous geek. So anyway, it was cool for him reading the book here, and there's even a couple of references to him in the book itself, which were kind of entertaining listening. Him, reading that. But anyway, the book itself, it was probably one of my favorite books that I've read in a long time. The whole premise behind it is it takes place in the not too distant future where the world is a pretty bad place just due to, I guess, poverty, starvation, overcrowdedness, and all that fun stuff. But never fear, there's sort of an escape for people, and the natural evolution of video games have come to sort of make the traditional metaverse style game called the OASIS, which is sort of like World of Warcraft, but to the next level, where you not only enter this massively multiplayer world, but you have full immersion where you put on a visor and go into this whole immersion rig where you really feel like you're in the environment rather than just looking at it on a computer screen. But the book itself is sort of a throwback also to all sorts of old video games, Pac-Man, which is funny, I hadn't gotten to the part yet, but I was showing you how to load Pac-Man up when I was talking about the book in the last video. It actually has a place in the book itself also, it comes up in it. What the premise of the book is, the creator of this OASIS system, since it's taken over the world, everyone in the world uses this thing, and the creator has been it was never really, made public, all of, how he did all of this, and all the code and stuff like that is filed away, and the guy that created it died, and basically instead of, leaving all of his creation in billions and billions of dollars, I don't even know how much money it was, but this entire huge net worth to anyone in particular, he creates a contest to sort of figure out, who is the most worthy, and gives the whole empire to the winner of this contest, which is kind of a throwback also to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which was a cool, movie. They did a remake of it, which wasn't quite as good, but the original one, great movie back in the day, where Willy Wonka is sort of also finding the most worthy person and gives his entire empire to that. So I think that's probably where they got the idea from it. But what the sort of the idea of the movie is there's this game that has to play out within the OASIS, and sort of what you're finding, the way they sort of tie this all together is in computers, sort of hidden features that you might discover are called Easter eggs, and you have to find Halliday's Easter egg. James Halliday is sort of the guy that invented the OASIS in the story. So it's a story of these 5 top competitors or whatever that are going through solving all these puzzles to see who's going to be, the person that gets this whole huge empire. So yeah, without giving it many more real details, that's sort of what goes on, and it's just brilliantly written, and you really feel for the characters as you go through it. And it probably helps if, like me, you grew up on all these old things. It's not just video games also, it's also all sorts of pop culture from the 80s specifically, but even 70s and 90s, a lot of that gets thrown in. Even up until today, there's lots of references to modern day things as well. So again, I highly recommend this book if you guys are into reading or into audiobooks like I am. And I want to also sort of end this with, I need more suggestions. I'm listening to a lot more audiobooks recently, and I'm running out of things to listen to. So if you guys are readers or listeners or whatever, please leave some suggestions in the comments below of what you'd recommend. I may or may not have actually read/listened to them already, but leave your favorites, and I'm looking for some good things to listen to. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, liking, and commenting, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Have a great day.